Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris Newbie Tutorial Redux. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's episode 17. It's the year 2431. Our allies have embroiled us in another war, and now we're also minus big numbers here in all of the secondary resources. So what I'm going to try to do is, since the habs have so much room, I'm going to start putting these down. So they're going to get one of each on them at least to take care of those. Hab B. Let's get these all down on the hab because the habs have a ton of them. So we want to pull jobs up for these. I got in a situation there where I was just kind of willy-nilly upgrading everything, and I wasn't doing as good of a job as I normally do, making sure that as I was upgrading I had the proper resources to perform the upgrades. So we're going to take these habs, and since they provide 20 jobs and 20 housing for each one of these segments over here, these districts they have, we're going to take these spots and turn them into secondary resources. We have a fleet engaged up here. These guys are just kind of holding the line at this choke point. That's what they're doing. I'm not worried about fighting this war that my Federation buddies have got us into. I don't care about it. I said yes because they finally just kind of badgered me into it. But I don't care about it. I'm much more concerned about the endgame crisis and some of the other things that I can see coming. Anticipate coming. So I want to take care of the things that I really need to take care of. And of course, these planets, my population is growing so fast now, I can barely keep up with all the different things that my planets need to do. I just need to do so many upgrades like this. Like this is amazing to me. So this is rising. L gate needed. Okay, although we have accumulated a lot of information about the L gates and their technology, we are not in possession of an actual L gate. Before this project can continue, we must gain ownership of a system with an L gate, and we shall secure an L gate. So we need an L gate, and the only one I remember seeing, I believe our allies had. Where is the L gate? I thought the Rufari High Kingdom had one. What is this? Oh, it's it looks like an actual gate though, doesn't it? L gate right there. So they have it. So we may never have to deal with an L gate this game. May not be necessary because those fool brothers have it. Yep. Selling stuff. So we're short a bunch of things here.
Construction complete.
I think this planet, since it has so many mining districts, I think the smart thing to do with this is just do luxury housing, and mines, as many of them as I can get, and not worry about so many jobs. Look, there's 13 people here that don't have jobs, and we can resettle them to one of the habs, like Hab C on the ring world, that has a ton of jobs.
Construction complete.
So we can give all these people jobs. Decline, I don't want to destroy buildings. So we gotta get that L gate before we can do anything about it. The Zoricon black hole. I wonder if they'd give that to us. Probably not, but let's check. The Rufari High Kingdom. You're going to give me a system. Zoricon black hole. It's worth 1,000 and you say no. Well, okay. But have you considered? Well, even if I gave you thousands of these, you'd say no. Okay. So I'd have to conquer them. And they're my allies. I'd have to conquer them to get control of that L-gate. Well, it might not matter. If there's an endgame crisis that kicks their butt, it might not matter. Unemployed workers. We need gas. Refineries. We need a bunch of them, actually. These guys have a bunch of unemployed pops. And let's see, what are we looking at for? Who doesn't have? Everybody's in a sector. Okay, that's good. Turn that off. So my big concern is now we're approaching 2432, and as we get closer to 2450, the endgame crisis and the fallen. I would expect the fallen empire to wake up at any point in time. Not be happy campers when it happens. So that's something I'm anticipating. It's kind of like we're in a ready position for it. Secondary resources is what we need. Okay, these guys have population controls on. They still have too many people. We can. That's the last upgrade we can make there. 10 unemployed pops on this planet. Wow.
Construction
that's
complete.
Still more unemployed pops than we can really deal with. So let's move them to one of the habs. Habitats. Like this. Hab B has a bunch of jobs.
Construction complete.
Do that. This world has no more room for the people on it. And it's got 6 unemployed populations. We put population controls on it, so again we have to do the same thing. We have to say, hey, Hab A has jobs. You people just naturally need to go take them. It's one part of the game that doesn't work kind of the way that I would expect it to do. I would expect people to go where the jobs are, but they don't seem to do that. And I'm wondering if that's something that's going to be fixed in the next
Construction complete.
big update to the game. Alright, now we're only short exotic gases. This is a hab, so this is the perfect place to put them. That. It is a sad weekend night when you're running out of whiskey. Let me tell you that.
Research complete.
Sad. Administrative capacity. Fleet command limit plus 10. Perfect. Give me that. I have a military theory person somewhere right there. He's busy commanding. Let's see what the difference would be. 50%. If I put him on it,
Construction
he's
complete.
at 61, so that's an 11% difference, which is substantial. So you can do that. This is research there. I haven't been doing a lot of that switching here towards the latter part of the game.
Construction complete.
So we have our Dyson sphere in Rint Bikun, and it is happening. And then there's 579 trade coming from Cybrix Alpha, and we're not doing anything with it, are we?
Construction complete.
We're not doing anything with that. So how come we're not doing anything with that? Who's not collecting that? You're not. Okay, I'm gonna make you a deal. I'm gonna take these and replace it with a trade hub, and this and replace it with a trade hub, just to get that 579 from there. Go in that direction, and we'll go right through that gateway and go. I think I can forego this
Construction complete.
weapon here, which is worth starbase modifier, ship hull hit points. So I'm losing 20% ship hull hit points and armor hit points. I'm losing a little bit just to collect this trade, but I don't feel too bad about that. Rinderman, you have shipyard there, so I got a better idea. Let's do this. Rinderman can do it. I'm not. This isn't as big of a deal. You do that.
Construction complete.
Rinderman will grab it. That way I don't have to lose defense here, because these are cool. Armor hit points plus 10% starbase modifier, and these are my defenses. And they should be upgraded anyway.
Research complete.
Research complete.
Construction
Speaking
complete.
of starbase defense, plus 10%. Kinetic weapon damage. What else is really small? 24,000 for this. This is the smallest thing on here. And then advanced afterburners. Let's go get the afterburners next. I really don't care about this war up here. What's going on? Let's go up there and fight those guys. What do they have? 6,000. What are you? 6,000. And another fleet, 642. Oh, don't waste your time then. I'm not getting my ships killed over these guys' war. They want to kill the Raxar off? Go kill the Raxar off. Go do it. I'm just going to protect my borders, more or less. You guys, you're there. Which means I want you here. Go join with those guys. What is this? The diplomatic edict affecting our empire has expired. That's fine. If we can get to war... Okay, so this right here. Starbase.
Construction complete.
Crew quarters upgrade. I want to upgrade these two ships here, because they can both do upgrades. But I don't want them to fly a long way off to do it, so that's why we're creating this shipyard here to handle it for us. And then
Construction complete.
back to work. This is civilian fabricators. So I upgraded 2 of those, so I need crystals.
Construction complete.
We have won this war. Oh, great. Well,
Research
I'm glad
complete.
that was shorter than it seemed. This
Construction complete.
armor hull hit points 5%. I'll take that. So we have won this war. That's great. That didn't give us anything personally because we didn't care. But the Raxar did shorten up. Our guys grabbed a bunch of space over here. Now they have these little tiny isolated systems, which is really stinky for them, but too bad. And there's our guys. So go back to there. Peace, war, construction complete. And we have
Construction
maximum
complete.
edict stuff now. I'm curious about what to do about that. I really want to take this fallen empire. I do not want to leave them sitting there. It's 2434. I'm really concerned about that. Let's take a look at their stuff here. So their battlecruiser has 4,000 hit points, 5,800 armor, and 9,000 in shields. And if we take a look at our fleets down here, right there.
Construction complete.
Like, our battleships are designed for it. This takes out armor and hull. This takes out shields at 100% damage. The Roof Area High Kingdom is made to protect that out of the Raxar camera. Really? They've given up their freedom in exchange for safety. That's funny. So, stop interrupting me. I want to look. So we have 4,000 hit points on our battleships, 2,600 on armor and shields. We're just way behind. Their ships are equivalent to our Titans, which look like this. 14,000 hull points, armor, and we still don't have as much for shields as they do. And we have large gas cannon that does shield damage. Neutron launchers, which do armor and hull. Shield penetration. I really wonder if it's going to be enough to just go through here. Because here's the thing. We're going to lose a lot of ships doing this. This is a fact.
Research complete.
So, in the process of doing this and losing all of these ships, then we have to have time to rebuild between now and the end game. So I feel like we're making a mistake if we don't go after them now. Exotic gases, boats. I feel like if we don't go after the Fallen Empire now, then we're not going to have enough time to recover before the endgame crisis. And what are we looking at for victory? We're number 1. So we don't have to go after these guys to win the game, according to the fact that we're using an end date at the year 2500. But still. So here's my other thing. I don't know if these guys are going to be helpful to us when the endgame faction crisis does start to happen. Like, let's say it's whoever comes through whatever gate and starts the Unbidden or whoever. When that happens, are these guys going to be helpful to us? Are they going to help us conquer them? Because if they're not, then I need to just take them out now and grab, what do they got? They got a mega structure in this system. What do they have in this system? Oh, it's a whole ring. Alpha complex. Oh my gosh, they're built on it too. Ancient cryo chamber. Wow. Rows upon rows of cryopods line this massive structure containing the long expired remains of billions of alien specimens frozen long ago.
Construction complete.
This it doesn't seem like a good idea to attack them. I think the smartest thing might be to do nothing. Let's use research grants. Let's do nothing. Let's just keep building our empire and wait for the endgame crisis. Also, the fact that there's an L gate up here that we don't have access to. And they're our allies, so there's nothing we can do about that. The Rufari High Kingdom. Actually, the Rufari High Kingdom are not... They're the second... Well, they're the third most beloved people to us. They're plus 160. They're not part of our allies. If we wanted access to the L gate, all we would have to do is go to war with them. And we'd have to claim all these systems to get up to here. Which is not... We'd have to go through a gateway to get there. It's not worth it. We're gonna play this safe for the win. For the win. That's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna be smart. I'm not gonna get over anxious like I did in the last game and do something stupid. So Ministry of Production and give me. Just gonna keep working on our empire here. These guys don't have any more, so let's change this to a city district, please. That'll help. And they have a ton of unemployed people. Okay, resettle them to. This is the part of the game that I wish was different, and I really hope that they fix this in an update, because instead of being able to say placing population controls on a planet, I would like resettlement to just be automatic. I'd like to be able to say, okay, I don't want any... There are no more jobs on this planet. That's what I'd like to be able to say. There are no more jobs. I can't make any more jobs. were maxed out, and so it would automatically, like, new pops here
Research
to just
complete.
automatically travel to somewhere else where there is a job. Because, hear me out, that's how the real world works. People are like, oh, I mean, think of the gold rush. You know, it was like, hey, this is what the jobs are. This is where you have to go for the job. So you go where people go where the jobs are. They migrate to where the jobs are. They're like, oh, here's where the jobs are, and they go. So, like, this place has no more jobs. No more jobs. So it's dumb to have one mining district here. So I'm gonna take this and replace it with the city district, but still, there's no more jobs here. So send them to one of the hab rings, like hab B. They should just automatically do this on their own. They should automatically be like bumming money off their friends and saying, hey, I'm going to hab B. That's where the jobs are. And their friends should be like, you know what? Here's 400 credits. Book a flight. Get over there, get a job. You can pay me back later. That's kind of how it should work. So I kind of hope REDUX fixes that a little bit, maybe. Okay, we're starting to see some crime on this planet, on this hab. So it's time to give it a precinct house. And then there's one of each kind already on it. What we're short of is volatile motes and then gases. Motes, gases. We have maxed out. It's awesome when you can max out minerals like that. It's pretty incredible. And then I just keep investing in these things. Zero. I should probably invest in some Zero and some dark matter. There we go. Let's do that. The zoo has no more room to live on. I can provide 2 more jobs for it, but it doesn't provide any more housing. So the best thing we can do here is resettle these people. And also, we're running low on minerals now because we're starting to sell some. I think that's why. So Hab D has some jobs. I mean, if I'm an unemployment office agent, I'm saying, guys, listen, the habitats at the ring world, they've got the jobs. That's where you need to go. They've got all the jobs.
Construction complete.
Those guys have all the jobs, so go there. And how are we doing over here with the black hole decompressor? That thing's done. What else were we building?
Incoming transmission.
Diplomatic proposal. They want to give us energy credits and minerals. Ooh, for the first time ever, the Raxar are going to be nice to us. Okay. So what was I building? What mega structure was I building that caused me to be able to build a new one? Oh, the Dyson Sphere. That's right. In Rink. Dyson Sphere, 1,000 days remaining. So 3 years. 3 years. We're selling 1,000 of these. 1,100 of them, actually. I kind of like to... There's more... Just resettle these guys.
Construction complete.
Hab D, Hab C. This really is the one part of the game that really needs to be reworked. Let's do this. Worker, technician, technician, technician. Same thing here. They got 6 unemployed pops here, and it's like,
Construction
I don't have
complete.
any more jobs here on this planet. There's nothing else I can do for you guys. Fast robots. How are they even getting made? Minerals from jobs. Okay, what's cheap? Civilian replica complexes. Like, there should be nothing else here making robots. What a fast robot. Assembly progress. How are we making fast robots here? We don't have a robot assembly plant anymore. How are we making robots? That kind of boggles my mind. How's that happening? I don't see it, do you? These are all research facilities. I replaced the robot assembly plant with a fortress. Well, then we'll cease robot assembly. We'll do it that way.
Construction complete.
Okay. Let's do that. So that's weird. 144 people on here. Oh my gosh. Dude. It's crazy. 144 pops on there. Is this still... This is assembling robots too? Bioforge Masters. This must be because we're a synthetic race now. It automatically does it. So the only way to make it stop is to do cease robot assembly. So that's why cease robot assembly even exists. That's why it exists. Because I always thought it was dumb to even have that as a decision on the planet, when I'm like, you can just get rid of the robot assembly factory. But when your species is synthetic, it's on no matter what. Okay. Well, that makes sense. So again, here's another planet where I want, you can stop making pops anytime. So, alright. Now, well, folks, here, I hope you learned something like I just did. Cease robot assembly. When your faction is synthetic, which is what we are, because we've gone through this long, arduous process of gene modification and all this stuff, to the point where now our whole species, super bioforge supremacy, we're synthetic. This is us right here. We're a synthetic race. We're mechanical. Habitability plus 200%, which is really nice, but I don't want us creating ourselves on these planets all the time. So you can do that, but you don't need to do that. Just resettle a few more people on the hab. There we go. Alright. So that is good to know. Now I know that. This place only has 5 more jobs. So if I upgrade that and then say cease robot assembly on that planet, I shouldn't have to worry about so much of that.
Construction complete.
A couple of these people too. And one of the habs. Bioforge Masters. Get rid of those. The habs, of course. I'm like, holy crap, we gotta come up with jobs. Well, yeah, that's why you build these research segment. Let's keep building. They're worth 20 jobs and 20 housing apiece. So we just need to build a new ring world. Is what we need to do. So as soon as this darn Dyson sphere is done,
research complete.
We need to do next thing: energy weapon damage, shield impulse. So at this point in time, technically, we're winning the game. Now, this is what I love about Stellaris compared to other space 4X games like Galactic Civilizations 3, which I played a lot of, and you've probably seen it on my channel. And the thing is, with Galactic Civilizations 3, once you're in this position where you're in power and you're winning, and you've steamrolled a few other empires and you've grabbed their planets and their systems, and now you're kind of in control. At that point in time in Galactic Civilizations 3, the game is effectively over. If you play out the string, you're just doing it for yourself, which I do because I'm a completionist, but there's nothing to stop you. Stellaris is different. First of all, there is the L-gate thing, but we don't have control of it because we don't have control of the system. There is also this Fallen Empire, which at this point in time I'm still unsure what their role is going to play in the end of the game. And then there is the end game crisis, which is going to try very hard to kick your butt. So this is what I love about Stellaris. They're always throwing something at you, so that even when you're sitting here and you're saying, oh, I'm in control, I'm up by 20,000 points on the Rufara Kingdom, I've got the game won. No, actually, you don't. And if you get an endgame crisis that kicks your butt, then you didn't have the game won. Alright, we're moving guys
Construction
to
complete.
the other habs. Hab A and B have lots of jobs. So Hab A and B have lots of jobs. Hab B, in this situation, these are going to be great for these things. Exotic gas is perfect. Just roll up a few more of those, because these districts here provide all the jobs. This is really wicked cool how they do this. I love this whole ring world thing. This is so cool because on a lot of the other worlds, I don't want to take time. I don't want to take space to create these secondary resource buildings. But here, these provide so many jobs. It's great. Ring world is fantastic.
Research complete.
This has 15. Okay, so this has. I can give these guys jobs, and then we're kind of done here too. So let's do. We could create a penal colony
complete.
here out of a research planet. That's funny. Oh my gosh, that's cracking me up. It's a penal colony, but you're gonna do research while you're here. That's your
Construction
punishment.
complete.
That is your punishment, plebe. Now, show me the results of that petri dish. That's just the funniest thing in the world. That is cracking me up. Your penal colony research planet. Oh my gosh. Sigourney Weaver never thought of that one, did she? This planet has 8. Okay, so we need more of these districts here. These research planets, I've never had this much research before. I've never invested in it like this, like I have this game, and this has really been something else. To look at this number, 13k research. What is going on with that? To still have as much. Oh, and now we're finally starting to dip minerals because of how many we're selling. What if I can bring that number up naturally? Here, four housing available. There are way more job upgrades here than I have 4 housing available. So, what I'm going to do is replace these guys. Let's see. Anytime we have one of these, we want to replace it with luxury housing. A holo theater. And then also, we're going to do that. And we're going to see if we can provide more housing. Now, in the meantime, you guys need to be resettled to have A and B where all the jobs are. I am your unemployment officer. I say you move to Hab A. Okay. In this place, 9 jobs, 6 more housing. So even if I upgrade this to provide 3 more jobs here and 3 more jobs here, which would use up all the housing, by the way, then I have to go up here and still say cease robot assembly, and then I have to resettle at least 3 people to Hab A, because there's just not going to be enough jobs. So I'm going to resettle more than 3 people. The zoo doesn't have any more room and really no more jobs. Cease robot assembly. Resettle in Hab A where there's still a couple of free jobs. Hab A. Hab A is like, I've got one more segment here. Yes, I know. This is crazy. This has been crazy. It's been kind of fun learning about some of these parts of the game that I wasn't aware of, though. I need another ring world, though. You see what kind of trouble I'm in here. Too many pops.
Construction complete.
As synthetics, we're able to make ourselves really fast, which is kind of nuts. 7 more housing, they need 20 more jobs. That's not going to happen unless we do this. Unless we take some of these energy credits energy buildings and replace them with city districts. Then we can do it. Man.
Construction complete.
My worlds are just, this is amazing. So again, here, same kind of thing. I need more housing so I can upgrade these buildings to provide jobs for these people who are unemployed. So I'm going to take some of these and replace them with city districts, and then we actually can upgrade these for jobs. It's nuts. A bunch of housing here, not enough jobs. Not enough jobs. Not enough housing. So here's a case of there's 22 jobs. We don't have nearly enough housing. I'm going to replace these with 3 city districts so that we can upgrade these guys to provide the jobs that they need. This is insane. This whole synthetic population thing is just, wow. It's just blowing up. It's crazy. These require what? Crystals? So we're going to fall behind this again. We're going to fall behind it again if we don't stay on top of it the right way. Rise in unemployment. Alright, same thing here. Replace some of those with city districts. That allows you to upgrade some of these buildings to provide the jobs that your people need. I'm gonna buy a bunch of these rare resources. Not
construction complete.
This is a food world mostly, and we're gonna need way more housing than 11 housing to provide upgrades for all these jobs. So I'm gonna do that. Same kind of deal. Wow. So becoming synthetic somehow messed up
Construction complete.
my housing in a way that was
Research
really
complete.
just unforeseen. I almost want to go back through and watch the whole thing again to see what actually happened with that. 'Cause that was pretty incredible. For it to be that big of an impact. These can be city districts.
Incoming transmission.
What do we have here? Trade deal offer. With the frame now in place, the awesome scale of the project is evident to all. Rent beacon burns in a spindly cage, but will eventually be completely surrounded by bioforged solar panels. Okay, we're getting closer on the Dyson sphere.
Construction
Rent
complete.
beacon, let's look. Oh my gosh, there it is. There's the frame. Wow. How cool is that? Oh my gosh. Upgrade partial Dyson sphere. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine what this is going to do to the energy credits. That's going to be
Construction
fantastic.
complete.
That is going to be fantastic. Okay. Luxury resident. Well, we have a bunch of jobs, that's why. So, tons of jobs. Not a lot of amenities because not all of the Polo Theater jobs are being filled. Those are the haves. We're less worried about the haves. Mining world. Okay, this one's a little different. Still have tons of districts over here. Tons of districts. So this is a planet that could probably afford to take the last 3 slots here and turn them into specialist buildings.
Construction
Also,
complete.
you can afford to do some of that. This is cool. What are we short of? Exotic gases, right? Yeah. Same stuff. This is pretty cool. Well, 3 more jobs. So let's give them clerk jobs. Let's give them city districts. It's the year 2439. We're creeping up into that area where all of a sudden you start to get the messages about the endgame crisis thing that's going to happen. I don't know exactly when those messages pop, but I know it's going to be
Research complete.
It's going to be really soon. It's going to be really soon. Shield
Construction complete.
Weapon, energy weapon, attack, speed. I love it. He's just going to go 5% and just keep doing that. 2 more jobs for this planet. Well, we can upgrade the capital. Upgrade this. We have a lot more ship naval capacity up here. So this fleet up here at 240, 220 or 240. So where can they go? Oh no. Never mind. Stay right there. What don't I have? I don't have a shipyard to feed this whole area, do I? And what's down here? Nothing. Okay, upgrade that. I need a shipyard to feed that area. Same thing down here. I need this shipyard to feed this. Naval Fleet Academy, Naval Logistics Office. I need all that. You guys, what happens if I do that? No.
Construction complete.
Stay there. I want you to go right there to do your upgrade. Go right there.
Research complete.
The command limit.
Construction complete.
Army health. Army damage. Edict duration. You start to get into the end game here where there's no more real new research projects that can happen, but there's a
construction
bunch of
complete.
other stuff too. Look at this. 10 more housing. So you could potentially do this. Upgrade these guys and then resettle a bunch of these dudes. ABC has 6 more jobs. Just the population booms here. This is robot assembly ceased. So, but they're still growing regular pops and look, 10 more people unemployed. Do this. And our robot assembly ceased, so we just have to resettle some people. Ab A has lots of jobs.
Construction complete.
Ab A has lots of jobs. These guys don't have enough housing. Oh, but it's because we just need to provide more jobs. Okay. That's a concerning number for me. So I'm going to do this. Oh, no. Shift. Error. No more housing on this planet for unemployed people. We'll resettle them. Yeah, this is the... I gotta say, after doing it now, this is the only part of the job I feel... The only part of the game I feel like it needs a real rework. Is, how this is handled. I shouldn't have to resettle these people. They should just automatically go where the jobs are. They should get on a plane and just go. Be like, oh, Ab-D has tons of jobs. And they're good paying jobs with benefits. So I'm going to Ab-D. That is...
Construction
This
complete.
one has robot assembly cease decisions, declare population controls as well. That's what we should do with all these. We got to make sure they both have a. This is robot assembly cease decision, declare
construction complete.
population controls. declare cease robot assembly. That has both of them. That has both of them. That has both of them. This doesn't have either one, and it pretty much needs to, so. Cease robot assembly. Declare population controls. This is what all your influence gets used with in the end game, I guess. Both of those are declared, and we just need to resettle in a few more people to have C. There's a bunch more jobs. There's that. This planet, same thing. There's a bunch of unemployed people here. So, cease robot assembly, declare population controls. This planet is a mining world. And then resettle them to have C. We got a bunch of unemployed people on this planet, don't we? Shuttle is leaving. Get on it. A lot of people. Just shuffle off.
Research complete.
Hab C, providing all the jobs. Research complete. Minerals from jobs. Fantastic. Kinetic weapon attacks. 2441. No, I think so. So now we're out of living space on this planet. And now we have to start doing something else, and that means luxury residences. So let's replace this. I haven't done the math to figure out what the most optimum design is for one of these ring worlds, because this is the first time building it, but I'm definitely going to go do it now that I know that these provide 20 jobs and 20 housing each. That means 100 housing total. So
Construction complete.
this in here can be mostly secondary resource buildings and things like the autochthon monument. And just to keep investing in these secondary resources to use as a bank account. This hab.
Construction complete.
Not as much of this, is there? Gonna need luxury residences. May even have to just replace some of the
Construction
research
complete.
buildings with them. This little piece of music here is called The Celestial City. It sounds like something off of the Book of Eli soundtrack. I have that soundtrack. I listen to it a lot. I listen to soundtracks a lot while I work. So I'm very familiar with that one. And the Book of Eli is a fascinating story for a dork like me. I say that because the person who wrote the screenplay for the Book of Eli is a man named Gary Whitta, who at one point in time was the editor for PC Gamer magazine, which was the only gaming magazine I ever had a subscription to, and I read it religiously. I looked forward to it showing up on my mailbox every month. I think for the first 15 years that PC Gamer was out, I had every single one of them, and I put them in a binder, and I just had a huge collection in my library of all the PC Gamer magazines. And Gary Whitta became the editor, I want to say, several years into PC Gamer's life cycle. I don't think he was the editor from the beginning, the way I remember it, but I always thought he was a cool dude and a good editor for that magazine. And then I knew that he left PC Gamer to pursue other interests, including writing and things like that, and I thought, oh, I wonder what he's going to do. And then when I remember being in the theater watching the Book of Eli, and Denzel Washington is great, and the whole film is Gary Oldman and what is her name? Mila Kunis, something like that. She's from the actress from That 70s Show, who's absolutely fabulous. I love her. She's great. And I remember watching the credits roll, or at the credits at the beginning, and it said written by Gary Whitta, and I was like, I'm in the movie theater, and of course it's totally wrong to pull out your cell phone.
Construction complete.
But immediately I was thinking, I have to know, is that Gary Whitta from PC Gamer? So there I am trying to secretly touch my phone, and I don't think I did it until after the film was over. I think I like got out my cell phone, and that was the first thing I did when after the credits got done rolling, is I went and checked my cell phone and I looked it up on the internet, and I'm like, Gary Whitta, did he write, his same guy who was the editor for PC Gamer wrote this screenplay? And sure enough, of course, that's him. And it just made me so happy to see somebody tangentially related to my own profession, which is I'm a software developer. For anybody who watches this channel who doesn't know, I write software. I don't write software for video games. That was why I got into writing software, was because I wanted to make video games. But the opportunity to do that came and went, and that's a long story that I should probably tell on some other day.
Construction complete.
But at any rate, to see Gary Whitta, who was the editor of PC Gamer magazine, and a guy who I loosely considered like one of us. He's a geek. He's into computer games. He's like a kindred spirit, and he transitioned his career to writing screenplays very successfully. And oh my gosh, like he is in my top 5 list of people that I want to sit down with someday and just have a beer with for a couple hours, just drink beer and just talk about art and life and writing and books and all kinds of things like that. I think Gary's I think he's awesome. I follow him on Twitter, and I hope we have an occasion to run across each other someday, because I think he's a pretty cool dude. So that was the PC Gamer connection that just always cracked me up. I was like, wow, Gary Whitta wrote this screenplay. That is awesome, and I still think it's awesome. And I remember reading Roger Ebert's review about that movie. That was before Roger passed away.
Construction complete.
And Roger Ebert was still easily my favorite person to read from movie reviews. And Ebert had written about, if you've never seen the movie, I don't want to spoil it for you, but he had written something about, when the movie reaches its end, something is revealed about the main character that Ebert said it just invalidated everything else that happened prior in the movie. And I was like, well, I was thinking, Roger, I love all your reviews, and you're always correct. You know more about film than anybody. That's why your writings are so knowledgeable and so awesome. But you missed the point of this film. It's fantasy. It's Lord of the Rings. It's just a completely different setting. It's Fallout. I mean, that was the thing. If you watched that film and you were a game geek at all, I remember watching it. And of course, obviously, Gary Whitta's credits for writing the script show up at the beginning of the film, and I'm like, Gary Whitta? Am I sure that's the same guy? And then as I'm watching the film, I'm thinking, I know he's a giant Fallout fan. He was at PC Gamer. I'm sure he played hundreds of hours of Fallout and Fallout 1 and 2 and all that stuff. And I just kept thinking, is this not inspired to some degree by Fallout and the type of game that Fallout is? And that was all I could think about. I just thought this has Fallout inspired what this film is. So this planet is not doing so good with the the things that I want it to do good with. It's short on housing, and so it was a mistake really to build the research parts on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rethink this. I'm going to make these ring world sections. These are going to provide all the jobs and all the housing. And the rest of this is going to be single jobs of the secondary resources and luxury residences as needed. So I think that's probably a pretty decent way to build those out. In the meantime, look at that map. That's a pretty donut. I mean, it looks like Mountain Dew crossed with a bang kind of donut. I'm not sure it tastes good.
Construction
but it's
complete.
Pretty. It's a very pretty dome. So I like that.
Construction complete.
At this point in time, I gotta say, man,
Construction complete.
I'm just waiting for the endgame crisis to pop. It's the year 2442, and I'm just working on all this stuff over here, and I'm just really waiting to see what the heck is gonna happen.
Construction complete.
We're short on crystals by a country mile, so pirates sighted. So I'm just trying to get us in a position to not be sucking on any particular part of that, like this planet, out of.
Spaceport under attack.
Where did the pirates show up?
Construction
right there,
complete.
as usual. So we're building a Dyson sphere, so we can't build. Here's the thing: we finished all of this. We got all our ascension perks, which means we should have a chance to do these edicts down here. So scientific revolution, research speed, desperate measures, ship build speed, defensive war, and home territory fire rate. We're going to save these for later. Fortress proclamation, starbase upgrade speed, and defense platform build speed. Architectural renaissance, mega structure build speed, and mega structure build capacity. Yes. So that's the one we're turning on. We're going to use that, and then we're going to take this and look at what's going on here. All this trade has to come down through here, but it would be much better if we had a
research complete.
A gateway in here. So what I'm going to do
Construction complete.
is grab one of these
Construction
idle,
complete.
slacking construction units and say, hey dude, come down here. And inside here you're going to build a gateway right there. And he's going to take care of that for us. So, and then way down here, these guys are still upgrading the starbase. Can you guys now upgrade and not move? Great, you're gonna just do it right there. Perfect. Same thing, I want you guys to move. Move over here.
Ships upgraded.
Perfect. That's what I wanted to hear.
Construction
So this
complete.
has been pretty fantastic. We can fit more battleships now. We have 250 out of 220, so, and we have plenty of naval capacity to handle
Construction
it.
complete. Construction
So
complete.
as we inch toward
Construction complete.
the end game crisis, we're now almost 50 years away from it. I would expect a message about the unbidden or whoever we're going to face. I would expect that to start happening soon. Probably in the next
Construction
episode. We're really
complete.
short on our crystals, aren't we? Who died? Scientists died on a ship, so we're not as concerned about that. We get one of our immortal dudes. In the Heesh system,
Construction complete.
I gotta hand it to Stellaris. I mean, I've put a lot of hours into Galactic Civilizations 3. Because I like turn-based stuff. I like turn-based games. I like turn-based RPGs. With the exception, there are exceptions to the rule. I certainly love the real-time with pause combat for the Pillars of Eternity series and Baldur's Gate. Love those. They're fantastic. Where is this Verdammo? Oh yeah, we said we were going to grab the trade from there, and it did. It's grabbing 1,186 trade from there now. So Cybrix Alpha is grabbing all the trade. Look at that, is amazing. Let's look at that real quick. Off-world trading company. This. Look at the trade network. Almost 6,000 trade route trade. Oh my gosh. Come on.
Construction
That's why I made the
complete.
trade route tutorial video, because it just, I think people are to some degree underestimating the value
Construction complete.
of trade. Because I believe it or not, I've read comments like this from people on the message boards, on the Steam forums, who said things like, I don't worry about trade, I just build energy districts. And I'm thinking, how are you not totally and completely screwing yourself for the end game by doing
Construction complete.
Because trade is huge, and then minerals first, trade second. That's it. Look, we're really packing on the consumer goods now. Awesome. And these worlds up here are all of a sudden static. Thank you. So we figured it out. You gotta have both declare population controls and robot assembly ceased when you are a synthetic race, because it kept making our own robots, kept making our own synthetic bodies, and we're like, no, don't do that anymore. So that was good to learn. See, that's one thing about doing it. I call this a tutorial series, and I've certainly made a couple of nice tutorials. I think the planetary management one is great. It took a long time to make with all the really fancy graphics. And the trade route one as well. There were a lot of fancy graphics that I tried to do overlays to show you exactly what you need to see. But these tutorials like this, where it's just a Let's Play series, I'm often learning at the same time that you are watching. And I hope everybody is getting as much out of this as I am, because I have learned a lot in the process of playing this game, and I've gotten a lot out of this. This has been fantastic. I've learned now how synthetic races work, and the process of going through these ascension perks to get the flesh is weak, and then synthetic evolution. I mean, this was really neat to do, and I really like species modification and how it works, and when you couple it with terraforming and then make everything just uniform in your galaxy, so every single planet is the same, every single species is the same, they all are adapted to the same planets.
Construction
Excuse
complete.
me for that. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for that. So yeah,
Research complete.
there's been a lot to learn playing this, and I thought it was very cool. Radiant duration, habitability. Just gonna keep picking that stuff up. Oh, volatile modes. Now we need volatile modes. So here's another thing. 112, 13. We're getting close to maximizing this. This doesn't need to be here anymore. Its output is plus 20 jobs based production. So we're going to take this and replace this with chemical plants. So anytime I see that where I've got a whole ton of amenities and I don't need the whole theater anymore, then that should, and we're down on these. So let's do this. I really want another black hole to play with. That's what I want. And I know there's somebody out there right now who's a big fan of The Office, who just said in their own mind, that's what she said. Right after I said, I want another black hole to play with, they said, that's what she said. Trust me, somebody said that. Somebody said that. Alright, we're over the hour limit on this, so I'm excited. This has been a really good game. I think this has been pretty fantastic. So I'm excited about where this is going. We're down to the last 56 years of the game. It's coming, the end game's coming. We're in the lead points wise. We're gonna win the game as long as we don't screw up either the end game crisis or this fallen empire over here. The L gate is out of our reach. It's over here. We don't have control over it. There's the L gate right there. We don't have control of that system, so we can't do the L gate stuff. We'll have to see that on a different Let's Play video sometime. I love this game enough. I'll be doing some more Let's Plays, so if you like that kind of content, stick around. Somebody did ask for a specific tutorial, a condensed tutorial like the planetary management one, about war and about making war and the different ways to make war. I may actually do that. But for now, this is where we're at. So folks, this is what the world looks like. So I'm in the galaxy. It's this is the way things look. Look at this. Everybody's happy with this. They like us, except these guys who we don't know anything about. Fallen Empire. So thanks for watching. As always, if you guys dig the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like this episode, hit the like button. I like all those things. If you have a question or comment, drop it down below. And thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys next time.